Hey everyone, Tony here with rchelp.com, and the first thing I want to do is apologize to you guys. It's been way too long since I've done my DX6i how-to videos. You get busy with life, you guys know how it goes. Got busy with some other projects, and this one kind of fell by the wayside. But I'm back. I'm doing the DX6i how-to videos again. In the last series, the last 4 actually, I went through and showed you how to put in a model name, how to change the characters, what the gyro settings were, throttle pitch curves, basically anything you can do in here for a helicopter. Now, what we're going to do, as you can see, my poor little helicopter, I have taken all the wires out. My receiver is back here, nothing's hooked up to it, not even the satellite receiver. The gyro is sitting right here. This is a G-White-48V. We're going to show you how to go through it and how to do this correctly. How to set up the servos, how to set up the gyro, how to mount the receiver, how to mount the gyro, where do you mount it, which way do you put it, how to set up the head. We're going to go through everything we're going to start from the very beginning, and we're going to work our way through. I told you what all the settings were. Now I'm going to show you exactly how to do each and every one of those settings. This is going to be a step-by-step walkthrough. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Give me some feedback. I apologize for it taking so long. But we're going to get this done, guys. So sit back, enjoy. Now the first thing you may notice is my radio is a little bit different than it was. Well, actually it's a lot bit different than it was. I've painted the case, I've installed the backlight, I've installed my little Night Rider mod. This right here will actually change the settings in that. I've done a lot of work to my radio, and I'll go ahead and turn it on just so you guys can see it. I've done a lot of different work to this, and if you want to see what all I've done to this radio, go and check out my DX6i customization playlist. It's got every one of the videos. Better yet, you can go to rc-help.com. You see it right there on the screen, and you can go there, and I've got everything that I've done to this radio and then some. So go check it out. What we're going to do is I do already have a model set up in here for this HK450 GT. It's right there. But what I'm going to do is down here on Model 10, I don't have anything in there. I've cleared the model out. We're going to start fresh from step 1, and we're going to do this. So, alright. Step 1 is going to be select your model. What model are you going to be adjusting? So what you do is over here, remember, always click the top, not the bottom. The bottom has your little sensor that actually senses when you're scrolling that wheel. The top has a little micro push button, and that is what you use to go into your main setup list. So what we'll do is we'll just push that. We'll go down here to model select. Now, which one of these models do you want? Right now I'm on my little MCPX. Great helicopter, by the way. I already know I'm going to put it on Model 10. If you're just setting this up for the very first time, I mean, the screen's going to look exactly the same. It's just not going to be backlit. You want to select Model 1. I have my MSR there. Basically, I'm going to go all the way down to 10. Now, 9 and 10 are both empty for mine. So I'm just going to put it on 10, and we're going to go from there. So we're on Model 10. Go ahead and select that. As you see, 3 beeps, goes back to this menu here. Now we need to go into model name. So we're still on the adjust list. Scroll all the way down, go to setup list. Let's go into model name first, which is number 2 in the setup list. So we go in here. The easiest way I found, if you're wanting numbers 1 through 10 or 1 through 0, scroll to the right, or click on it and then scroll to the right. That's going to get you to the numbers a lot faster. Now, if you want letters, scroll to the left. That will get you into the letters a lot faster. So we'll just go through and put HK450 GT, because that's what it is. And I know that there's enough room for it. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Okay. Putting in the last letter now. Click it. Now you've got HK450 GT in there. I've still got an extra space that I could put another letter. You can put up to 8 characters in this. And just to show you the characters, you've got blank, then you've got all these here. Every one of them you can choose from. Then you just got 1 through 10, a couple more little characters, and then you go into the alphabet. Me, I don't want any of those. That's what we're going to do. Leave it right there. Go over here to OK. Alright, now you've got your name in there. So, if you push, remember in the DX6i how-to videos, if you push and hold this for 3 to 4 seconds and then let go, it beeps, 3 or 4 times and then goes straight back to your home screen. Alright, now, HK450 GT, but we're still on airplane. We need to go in and select model type. So go into your adjust list, scroll all the way down, go into setup list, and go to model type. It's set up for aircraft. Just go over here to helicopter, or heli. 3 fast beeps, and then 3 slow beeps. Push and hold, 3 seconds or so. 4 beeps. There you go, you've got your helicopter. Great, we're on a roll now. Alright, now what you want to do is you got to go in, you've got your name, you've got the helicopter model set up. Now you want to go in and you want to select your swash. Go all the way down to setup list and then go down to swash type. You're going to have 2. You're going to have CCPM, you're going to have 1 servo 90 degrees. This is what yours is going to be on when you start. So you always want to select that and then go to CCPM if you're using a collective pitch helicopter. Now that you've got that, push that. Go up here to list. I've been saying lift for I don't know how long. That is actually L-I-S-T. It looks like a little bitty F in there, but it is an S. It does say list. Go into that, scroll all the way up, go to main. You're right there. Come in here and go in to your swash mix. I always check this. Just make sure that actually says positive 60% all the way through. Now that you have verified that, just go ahead, go back up, and we can go to your main menu or wherever. Okay, now we've got our swash set up, we've got our name and all that. So what we need to do is go ahead and go in and go to your throttle curves. Now you're going to have normal mode, stunt mode, and then hold. Hold I always put with 0% all the way across. That way if I flip the hold switch, I'm going to have no throttle at all, but I'm still going to have control over the stick. I'm going to have control over the pitch of the blades. It could save your butt, if something goes wrong. So first thing you want to do, go into normal. Now normal mode on the throttle curve, I always leave just linear. You can go 0, 40, 60, 80, and 100, which would give you a little bit more head speed at mid stick, but I don't know, I've never set it up that way, and I just don't like to do it. I want to keep mine very, very linear. So I leave mine 0, 25, 50, 75, and 100. Now in stunt mode, go ahead and just click out of that. Stunt mode is a little bit different. This one, you want to go in and go to position low. Stunt mode, you're going to have almost a constant throttle. So take position 1 to 100%. Take position 2. You can take this one to 90% if you want, and then go 80%. That way you've got 100, 90, 80, 90, 100. That's up to you. I always do mine 100, 100, and then I go to position 3, and I take this one up to 85%. I want a little bit more head speed than 80%. 85 seems to be pretty good for flipping it up into idle up when you're just either hovering or sitting on the ground. It's always worked really well for me. Go to position 4. That's going to be 100%. And now you can see what your throttle curve is. 100, 100, 85, 100, 100. So basically, what that throttle curve is going to do is when you're at mid stick, you're going to have 85% throttle, and it's going to sit there and run all the time. Now this is when this switch is flipped towards you. Remember, those blades will not stop if you go down. All that's going to do is actually raise your throttle and give you full negative pitch. That will send your helicopter screaming into the ground. If you are a beginner, do not, you can set it up like this, but do not fly like this, ever. So you'll have 85% throttle, and then as you start moving down just a little bit, about right there, you're going to hit 100% throttle. And what that's going to do is allow you to do 3D and acrobatics and not bog your motor down a whole lot. Okay, now that we've got the throttle curve set up, let's go ahead and click out of this. Like I said, throttle hold is straight across 0%. Go to list, go to pitch curves. Pitch curves are going to be a little bit different. Normal mode. Here's how I set mine up. Some people want a little bit more pitch to where at mid-stick they're actually hovering. I want my 50%, my mid-stick, to be the same between normal and stunt. So what I do is I go to position L, or position 1, and I go to 45%. Then I go to position 2, and I go to 47.5%. Now, if you remember in the DX6i how-to videos, the reason I do this is because when you're sitting here at low stick, you're going to have about 2 degrees negative pitch. It's going to kind of help the helicopter spool up and still keep that tail planted, because it's more or less pushing the skids into the ground. But once you start moving up, you're going to start coming up on throttle, and you're going to start to zero out. And then right here at 50%, you're going to be at 0 pitch. Now the blades are going to be spinning, and you're going to be ready to take off. The rest of this, you got 50%, then you got 75, and then 100. That is how I set my radio up. Now stunt mode, you want it linear, just like the normal throttle curve. Basically, when you're at mid-stick, you're going to have 0 pitch. And then you're going to start going into negative pitch as you go down here, come up here, and you're going to start going into positive pitch. The little dotted line right there is actually where I have the position right here set. You can see I can move it over. So that right there is how you want your stunt. Now your throttle hold, this is going to be up to you. There's 2 different ways you can do this. One, you can leave it to where it is the linear curve, just like the stunt mode, which means you're going to have full negative pitch if you flip your throttle hold switch. Or you can put it just like this and have it to where your pitch curve is the same as your normal mode, to where you below half stick you don't have very much, but you still got all that control up here on above mid stick. Okay, had to change out my batteries real quick. Was sitting here doing all this, my battery was going down pretty fast, and the rechargeable Spectrums, the little charger just couldn't put it in the power enough to keep up with the power draw that's coming out of it, which these backlights don't do a lot, but because I actually have another inverter in mine, it draws a little bit more power, and it just wasn't able to keep up. And that's that little sound you hear is this one here. It's not the backlight kit. Okay, so once you get all that, you got your swash, you got your throttle curves, pitch curves, and all that set up, I like to go in just as a precaution. Go in here, make sure this is 100% and INH, which is inhibit, and whenever you flip your switches, make sure that all your other ones are 100% and inhibit. The reason I want 100% is just in case you bump these, it's not going to change the throw of your servos, and you're going to be able to set this thing up correctly. So hit list, and then go down here to travel adjustment, make sure every one of those say 100%. Now you'll see the up and down arrows, the right and left. If you look at the aileron over here, top right, left is basically when I'm moving it left stick, and then if I just barely touch it right, you'll see that arrow move. Same thing with the elevator in the middle on the left. If I push down and then up, gyro is pretty much the same. Just depends on where my switch is, on which way it's going to go. And then, you know, obviously throttle, every other, they're all the same. Just make sure they're all 100%. Then we can click out of that. Sub trim, make sure every one of those are at 0. Your gyro, I always like to start off, make sure that says gyro. What the gyro is going to do whenever you have it sitting on gyro is that's going to put it on this switch right here. It's easy to get to, and the only other option you have is that right there. I don't like setting it up on F mode, mainly because in order to change from rate mode to head hold mode, if that's the way you decide to set it up, I always set mine switch up as a head hold mode, switch down is rate mode. Rate mode I use to actually set up the servos. But I keep it on this switch here. I don't want to put it on this one because if you flip that one, you're going to go to 85% throttle at mid stick. Or if you're at low stick like I am now, you're going to go to 100% throttle with full negative pitch. Not good. I've actually got a mark in my computer monitor from one of these spooling up when I had the throttle hold switch on. Don't know why it spooled up, but it did. Safety first, guys. Alright, so my settings that I like to start out with is put this one at about 65%. Now that seems to be a really good starting area. You could put it at 70. It just depends on your gyro really. Go down here and put this one on about 35%. What that's going to do is it's going to put it into rate mode, which means the servo is not going to sit there and keep moving on you. In head holding mode, what it does is when you move that tail of that helicopter, it gives a signal to the gyro and then sends it to the servo to bring that helicopter back to where it started that movement, because it had no stick input for that movement. What rate mode is going to do is you bump the tail, it's going to stop that tail, but it's not going to bring it back. So 65%, and then if I flip my switch down, it's going to go to 35%, and that's rate mode. 50% is like you have no gyro. The higher you go, up to 100%, is head holding mode, and then from 50% all the way down to 0 is going to be your rate mode. Remember that. Go ahead, just go up to list. The mixes you're not going to have to worry about. We're not going to use them right now. Revo mix is only for a rate mode gyro only. We're not going to be using those. It's pretty old school. So now we are ready to go ahead and set up the actual helicopter itself. So I'm going to get the radio out of the way and get the helicopter up here.